I think I figured out why we all hate resolutions. I don't know if your end of the year is anything like mine, but December gets pretty busy. If it isn't kids' things with school or projects that need to be due or whatever, the holidays, all of that stuff wrapped into one, the end of the year just gets kind of crazy. And then we're just supposed to start these new challenges and these new goals on January 1st. I think it's a bit much, and I've been trying to push back this year on the desire to start them on January 1st. You see, I love using the year as a measuring stick, January 1st to December 31st. It's a good frame of reference for measuring things. But the problem comes with trying to start things without having any time to rest. I slid into January 1st, 2025, and I thought, oh my gosh, okay, New Year's is over finally, Christmas is over, everything's done, and we have a moment to breathe. Like a moment to breathe before the kids go back to school, a moment to breathe before most people, go back to work or have any expectations of me, projects that I would be working on for them. And so it gives me a chance to just breathe for a few minutes. And I found myself wanting to set these new goals and get started on these new things. Now, oddly enough, I had a headache the first couple days of the year, and that slowed me down. But instead of kind of spiraling and getting upset or frustrated about the fact that I wasn't able to start these things on the 1st of January, I thought to myself, what if I didn't need January for that? What if I used January for something else instead? What if I took my time during January getting a little bit of extra rest, thinking through some things instead of making these knee-jerk reaction goals or resolutions or whatever it is that I wanted to try and achieve, and then spending the rest of the year trying to maintain them? What if I took the month and started thinking more meticulously through what I actually want to achieve for the rest of the year? Now, I could easily start out the year really strong and then take December to be really chill. But I haven't had a really chill December probably since I was a kid, so I don't think that that's going to work. I think Decembers are just going to be busy. If it's not my own work schedule and the needs of my clients as the end of the year draws near, it's busyness with my kids' school, with their sports, with classroom things, with parties, with holidays and all of that stuff. And so I don't see December being like a month of rest anymore, or at least for a while. So maybe January could be that month. January could be that month where I take time to think through things. Obviously, it's the beginning of the year, and I know that I end up having things that I'm going to need to work on and things that are going to be requested of me. But if I don't put any massive expectations on myself at the beginning of the year, like I've used to in the past, it'll make the beginning of the year so much more smooth, and I think the rest of the year will be much more sustainable. So we're only 5 days into the new year, and already I'm feeling so much more rested and so much more at peace with having made this decision. You see, I don't have anything that I need to get accomplished. I've only worked out twice this year so far, and usually I'm a try to get something done every single day as far as fitness goes. I've been sleeping in a little bit, and I know that I don't want that to continue. I don't want to keep sleeping in. I don't want to keep skipping workouts. That's something that I'm ramping back up. I worked out yesterday, I worked out today, but I'm not trying to hit any goal. I haven't said, oh, well, I want to run X amount of miles this year, or I want to cycle X amount of miles this year, like I did to myself last year. And then I literally spent the entire year trying to reach that goal. Not because I didn't want to give up or I wanted to avoid failure, but just because it is a running goal and a cycling goal. Those are things that I want to achieve. But do I need to decide upon those as a knee-jerk reaction to the beginning of a new year? Yeah, there are lots of goals and things that I want to do and things that I want to improve this year. But starting off all of those on the 1st of the year after having a busy month and not taking any rest probably isn't the best idea. So if you feel this kind of tug at the beginning of every year to have these goals, to have these resolutions, or maybe you're even pushing back and I hate resolutions, I don't even want to think about it. Consider this. Consider taking January to think through everything, to think through what you want, to think through what you want to achieve for this year, and gradually build up to that so that you have some momentum going into February that can carry you through the rest of the year. That way we gradually build up to taking off on these goals instead of just starting from a dead stop on January 1st, which is usually what we do. It's January 1st, so January 2nd, we're in the gym. We're in the gym every day until we burn out because our bodies aren't used to it or because it's just not sustainable. And if we spend the month of January slowly ramping up into the cadence that we want in February, then I think we can be sustainable and maintain these goals or these resolutions or whatever you want to call them through the rest of the year. So maybe you have some insight. Maybe you figured out a good way to make this work in your life. I would love your insight as well. This is what I'm doing this year, and so far I'm off to a great start and I feel really good about it. I'd love for you to share your thoughts, your insights down in the comment section below. If you're listening on the podcast, come over to the YouTube video and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But thanks so much for checking this out. So my goal here with this channel is really just to think out loud and to live life like out loud and just share some of the things that I'm trying to figure out, that I am figuring out with whoever's watching. And I enjoy that type of content from other people as well. So if you're down for that, if you're excited about that, click that subscribe button. You can also check out the link in the description to my newsletter. I'd love for you to come along there as well. But thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.